Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time since I've done a video. So what's new from my side, it's I just got my second baby. It's a little girl and everything is going well. But yeah, so that was one of the reasons I didn't make any video in the past few months. So yes, so now I'm back for doing tutorial and stuff like that. And this video is gonna be about what's gonna happen to my channels and stuff what's gonna be the future of this channel finally. So I decide what I'm gonna do with my channel. It's first stopping those big tutorial. I think I've talked about that maybe like a year ago or two, where I say doing big tutorial, it take a lot of time. And the thing is, I try to do this the fast as I can, but the issue was a lot of the technology change and stuff like that in the time I finish my tutorial. So now my plan will be to do small little screencasts on this channel, like talking about how to use a certain kind of library, how to use certain kind of I don't know, like tips and tricks about the language, or like maybe like some hidden library I find, and I just want to share it with you. So I don't say I'm gonna stop doing tutorial on this channel. I think I'm gonna make them a smaller series. And yeah, I think also screencast gonna make more sense for all of you where you don't have time to put like a 5 hour in a tutorial. So that's going to be kind of like a 10-minute screencast about, I don't know, like maybe using like React query or something like that. So yeah, so this is the plan of the channel, but I want to continue making those kind of clones, and I feel like I think I do them pretty good. I don't say it's perfect, I don't say I'm the best, but I say they are okay. And the idea is the fact then those tutorials, I think, is one of the best way to learn technology, because you can just focus on what, like reverse engineer the feature of those library versus example. Oh, I'm gonna build this kind of app, and we need to think about the design, we need to think about the feature and stuff like that. So, and for those, that's why like this is what I'm gonna say at the end. It's I'm starting making like a pay course. When I say pay, don't be crazy and thinking like I'm gonna charge like $300 for those kind of stuff. It's just that they don't gonna be on Udemy, but they don't gonna be they're gonna be pretty cheap, but like not that much. Like I don't like Udemy, so that's kind of why. But yeah, so what I want to show in this channel in the next few video. So first, I'm a real fan of Golang. I use it for some of my own project and some of my client project. One of the things I like about Golang, it's a pretty simple language and stuff like that. And I really feel like a lot of video are missing on YouTube. And this is what I'm gonna show with you. So here I'm gonna just show you like some of the stuff I want to talk about in the next few video about Golang. So first thing, it's I'm gonna show you like a PGX. Finally, for those who already use Go, you know, like you have all the stuff you already need in the standard library and stuff like that. You have the SQL package and stuff like this. But with the PG stuff, even in the PG library, they say to now use PGX. It's pretty good, and it's really, really nice stuff, and it plays really well with the Postgres. But yeah, it focuses on Postgres. But this is the library, the database I always use. So for me, it's okay. After that, one thing I want to show, I didn't show yet in this channel, is SQLX. The thing is, this is something I'm going to show you, is because SQLX don't play really well with PGX if you use the PGX native. So this is the thing we're going to talk about that. But the idea about SQLX is just a library who's going to map finally your object. So you have your style of person right there. You select everything from the person, and you just pass it like the person where you want to push the data inside that, and they're gonna map that for you. So you don't need to rows next and stuff like that, and going inside that and place each of the target of the library, each of the key inside the object and stuff like that. After that, I want to continue doing a tutorial with SQLC.
I really like it. I really feel like this library is pretty nice for the fact that it can remove you a lot of pain can happen with plain SQL. So finally, you're gonna still do plain SQL. The idea behind this library is just the fact that you write your plain SQL and they're gonna do the mapping for you. Plus, they always match versus what you have from your database. So they're gonna know like what is the kind of type you have. So example, if you have like a timestamp, something like that, they know they need to use like a time and stuff like that. So it's pretty nice, and I really like it. And I feel he missed some love from YouTube, like not a lot of tutorials. So that's kind of why I want to do that. After that, another library. It's pretty new. It's coming from the Facebook open source. So it's kind of like the Ant framework from, I think it's C# or something like that. Finally, it's an entity framework. And the idea behind that is the fact that you construct the database you want finally from the code side. So it's pretty nice. It go pretty well. Here you can see a user gonna have an age. It's an integer, positive, a name, and default is unknown. You see, it's pretty simple, and they work with generate code. So you generate the code and you're gonna get a bunch of code, but it's pretty easy after that to use it. You work with, I think, SQLite, Postgres, and I'm not quite sure about MySQL, but I use Postgres and it works, so for me it's okay. Yeah, so this library is pretty nice. So again, I want to show you about that. And if you ask why I want to go so much with the database side from Go, I just feel like it's the question I get the most. And also, it's one of the questions I have the most when I've started with Go, is the fact that when you came from like I don't know, like another language or framework like Laravel or maybe Rails, something like that, you kind of miss like the ORM stuff, and you're gonna search online and you're gonna see people just say go with the standard library and stuff like that. But if all your life you have using ORM and stuff like that, getting back to plain SQL can be kind of painful. So that's kind of why I want to show you some kind of alternative, or at least how to use those tools. After that, I'm gonna go back with the GraphQL. Again, this thing here, GQL Gen, that's gonna be one of the things I want to show you later about the course I'm building. But again, GQL Gen, I feel like it's the best GraphQL library for Go. And what I really like about them is the fact that, just hear what they say, you will never have a map string interface. So for those who do TypeScript and stuff like that, this kind of stuff is like an any type. So it's like, I don't care about the type here. You put that and that's it. But the issue with Go is because the language is so like it's strictly type. When you get this kind of stuff, it's kind of like working with string, or you see what I mean? Like you do not have the same confidence working with a map string interface like that than working like with a map string of integer or something like that. So it's really nice. It work really well and have pretty good documentation. And yeah, after that, like I say on the graph right there, I'm gonna also continue doing some React Native stuff and state management. I want to go to talk about React Query. So this is the library I'm using quite a lot lately. I use it for my REST API caching stuff. So, and I'm pretty sure you all know what is React Query. So it just removes a lot of pain with working with the REST API. After that, I'm gonna also talk about URQL. So URQL, it's kind of like a Apollo alternative. One of the things I like about URQL is the fact that, first thing, it's smaller. But also one thing I like is the fact that they have a lot of tutorial about doing some stuff, and they have a lot of way to helping you. Like example, you have the authentication flow, and they have an exchange out where they show you, example, how to play with a refresh token and how to play with a lot of the thing I feel like is missing from the Apollo side. So this is the one I'm using lately also, and I really like it. After that, about state management, I think a lot of people now kind of use Zustand. So Zustand is just a way for you to kind of like managing your global state. I use React Context quite a lot, but for me, I never really love it because the fact that you need to do kind of like the provider stuff where you have like 20 provider around your app and stuff like that. And also I don't know, I don't like all the performance about that. Plus,
I know it's maybe not the best way every time, but I like managing some of my event from outside of React. So this is one of the things I really like about that, is the fact that you can finally just use that from outside of React, and you have a lot of stuff. Plus, one thing I really like, it's process middleware. You want to process that to the example in React Native async storage. You put your store, you give it a name, you put that to the storage, that's it. And they work really, really well. Plus, it works well with the TypeScript, and I really like it. After that, also I want to talk to you about Jote. I've used it not that much, but I like it. Like Jote, it's kind of like, I don't know if I pronounce it right, but Jote. So it's kind of like a recoil. I feel like it's a bit simpler. And I really like the fact that you can really, for me, I really feel like it's good for those kind of app where you're gonna maybe like build Figma or something like that. And this is the kind of stuff I want to show you. It's not every app I will say use Jotai, but this is the kind of stuff I want to show you. So yeah. After that, the one I've been using also lately, it's Overmind. This one I have no love at all. I feel like on YouTube, and I don't know why. This one, it's pretty awesome. This one, I have everything I love about Redux, everything I love about Mobex, put together and make it really, really well. And plus, they have a really good documentation. And they also have a dev tool who it's really awesome. Plus, if you like Xstate and State Machine, they work with that. And also, they now have a GraphQL client inside that. So for those who always say, hey, I would like to have my GraphQL data inside my my kind of global set, something like that, you have that right there. And you work well with React Native. One of the things it's important for me. And like I say, also one of the things, it's they have a dev tool. Where is the dev tool? Right there. They have a dev tool. So for me, it's like you can use the dev tool right from VS Code, but also they have a Electron app. And this is awesome. Like when I say awesome, it's really awesome. In the past, I feel like the Redux dev tool was like a top notch dev tool, but this one has something. It's crazy good. And for those who ask, this is the author, Christian Alfoni. Sorry if I don't say his name good, but yeah, I think he made that for Code Sandbox or something like that. So yeah, this tool is really awesome. And lately, I want to go back to some Redux, and the reason why, it's because I've got a lot of questions on email where people say, hey, should I still learn Redux even if now people say I don't touch Redux at all, don't touch Redux? For me, it's kind of yes, because a lot of legacy React app gonna still use it, and it's, again, still used a lot. Plus, they also now have Redux Toolkit who make it much more simpler to use Redux. And they use Hook, they use stuff like that, and it's not the same Redux we got like 4 years ago maybe. So yeah, and it's really, really good. And I just want to again show some of the stuff you can do with Redux. Plus, I mean, it's that was one of the first big state management library. I really fall in love with that. So yeah, so this is the thing I want to show you. After that, I want to go over some other stuff. So I'm a big Laravel fan. I know from maybe a lot of you, it's like you're in the full JavaScript bandwagon and stuff like that. But for me, I really feel like Laravel, it's like the best tool for, I don't know, I'm gonna say a number like that, but at least 60% of the app. And why I say that, it's because first thing is the best way to get something out. Like for me, it's kind of the same as Rails and stuff like that. But yeah, you get all the stuff you need to make your stuff out. Plus, you're gonna make it fast, quick, quite simple, secure. You're gonna also have a easier time to deploy whatever. Plus, also you have question about everything. You have package you want to use. You have everything you ask. You do want to manage with Stripe and payment. You have Laravel Cashier. You want to do queue, everything is built there. You have a cron job, is there. You want debugging tool, everything is there. And I really love it. And now in Laravel, one thing is pretty big right now. It's a two tool. You have one, it's Livewire. So for those who have done some Phoenix and Live View, it's kind of the same. The difference, it's Livewire work with Ajax versus LiveView. It's more like WebSocket and stuff like that. And the beauty of Livewire is the fact that you do not need any kind of JavaScript to do simple stuff. I see some people use it like too much, so they make that a bit quite like slower. But you can use it for stuff really will take a lot of time in the past in JavaScript, but you can do this really quick and all in Blade, and it's really awesome. And for those who do React, it's quite the same. You have your render, you have your view, and you have your like your kind of state and your method, and you just change it, and you have your data right there. So you can't get there, you click increment, that's gonna toggle the plus, and that's it, that changes you. It's awesome, I love it, really simple to use, and it's yeah. And also another tool, it's inertia, I want to show you, and it's because like I love React, so inertia, it's a way for you to use your server side kind of monolith stuff, plug it with your Vue, React, Svelte framework, but without the need of an API. And the beauty of this is the kind of the code you have. Example, in this case, it's Laravel, but you can use it with Rails, you can use it with Phoenix and stuff like that. So you create your controller, and after that, example for the Vue user, you're gonna get the user as a props, and after that you can just loop about the user. So it's your controller without React router or Vue router, whatever, and you go right there. And if you want to see example finally some example, if you look finally in Laravel, you have Rails, but also if you want to check it's pretty simple. I mean, I don't know what to say more, but yeah, it's really simple. If you look from the React side, you do have your React stuff like you always use in the past, but also you do have a tool to help you. Like example, you don't gonna do an Ajax call, you're gonna do an inertia post to the /user, which finally where you're gonna have your action, then you pass your value. Plus, they're gonna give you a lot of the tool to help you getting also the error and stuff like that. So it's really awesome. You have a form helper, so you don't even need like kind of a formic. You can still use it, but you have the use form. Plus, what the use form gonna give you the error. But the beauty of that is the error gonna come from the server side. So yeah, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, so that's it. So for those who ask where I will show you Laravel stuff and things like that, I want to do some kind of tutorial like how to build stuff pretty quick. And with Laravel, I know I'm not gonna take 10-hour video to do small little stuff. That's gonna be pretty quick, and we can get something out of the ground really fast. So after that, for those who didn't know, I have a Discord channel. The link is gonna be in the description, so you can just join there if you have any question. Also, about the course, so finally, so this is where I'm gonna have my course. I'm gonna give you the link in the description. You're gonna see it's pretty simple flow for you if you want to buy and stuff like that. Everything is going to Stripe and stuff like that. And the idea between for the first course I'm working on already for the past month, it's a GraphQL course with Golang with GQL Gen. So that's kind of why I told you about that at the beginning of the video. And in this video, we're gonna learn a ton of stuff, like how to use GraphQL, data loader, and the idea is going to be to build a Twitter clone, and you're going to learn a lot of stuff also for using a database in Go, and also how to kind of manage the folder structure and stuff like that. And also we're going to have some debugging stuff, and also at the end we're going to have some bonus about testing, so it's going to be pretty nice. And the idea it's going to be to have a course about the backend side first, and also I'm going to after that have a course with the front end side where we're going to build the React Native app with GraphQL using URQL from the React Native side on the same backend stuff. So for those who only want the front end side, you're going to be able to just buy this part. For those who want the backend side only, you're going to be able to buy only this part. But if you want both, that's going to be a bundle where that's going to be a bit cheaper. And yeah, and also, because you are kind of my follower on YouTube and stuff like that, I'm gonna always have coupon on the description of my video and stuff like that. You're going to be able to use them. And also you can hit me on Discord if you want some pricing and stuff like that. For those who ask about the price, I don't have yet the price I want to put, but trust me, it's not going to be that much. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy. Let me know in the comment what you think about the idea about where the channels go, and also if you like the idea about the course. And if you want the course and you want to at least go to the pre-launch list or waiting list, whatever all you call it, I'm gonna put the link in the description so you can put your email there and I can see if some of you want to join this course. So I hope you enjoy, and I'm gonna talk in the next one. Bye everyone.